These books are on borrowed time. In 12 months' time, all 12 of these books will self-destruct. I'm Charlotte, and this is Books and Bargains. Today I'm coming to you with a video that I have seen on Becca's channel from Becca and the Books, and that is these books will self-destruct. I am giving myself 12 months from the date of posting this to read these books. 12 books is a reasonable amount because then that means I can just read one a month until they're gone. I did a massive declutter last week and there was a lot of books that I could easily just say no to. But some of these I've been hanging on to and hanging on to. Some I've even got the whole series. And yet I just don't pick them up. And yeah, so I thought I would make them self-destruct in 12 months' time. So I'm just going to go through the books now and tell you about them, tell you why they're on this pile, why I got them. And honestly, I want you to let me know down below why I should read these books or why I should just get them to self-destruct right now. Either way, I'd be happy to hear your opinions. Now, the first one is The Mum Who Got Her Life Back by Fiona Gibson. And this was kindly brought to me by someone off my Amazon wishlist. But I don't remember putting this on my Amazon wishlist. It doesn't sound like the kind of book that I'd read. I'm not too interested in kind of chick lit where they have kids because it's generally not my thing. But I wonder if it's because I really loved the Mummy Doesn't, or Why Mummy Drinks series by Jill Sims. I listened to the audiobook of that and I thought it was brilliant. So maybe it was off the back of that. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've read any other Fiona Gibson books. And it does say on the back, perfect for fans of Millie Johnson and Jill Sims. Well, I liked both of their books, so maybe I'll give this one a try. Maybe I'll really enjoy it. Who knows? Book number 2 is The Lost Man by Jane Harper, and this was also very kindly gifted to me. And I don't know what's putting me off reading it. There was I would say a period of about 3 months where I heard about this on a lot of booktube channels and a lot of bookstagrams, and so many people whose opinions I trust said how great this was, and I just haven't picked it up. Although I know that I want to read it, there's just something intimidating that puts me off, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't know whether it's the setting or who knows, so that is on my list. The third book is Me, Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I didn't like the film of this. I don't really remember much of it other than I got a little bit bored, so stopped reading. So I stopped reading, stopped watching. And yet I have this book. I think I have this one because it was in a kind of charity shop bundle of, I was already buying 3, so I got one free or something. So I'm really torn on this one. Part of me just wants to unhaul it right now, but there's just something that makes me want to give it a try. In contrast to that, book number 4 is one where I really enjoyed the film, and that's John Green's The Fault in Our Stars. I love the film. Like, even if you didn't, I just loved it. Okay. However, I have read Will Grayson. I have read An Abundance of Catherines, I think it was, and something else by John Green. And I just don't like his writing style. So I don't know if I read this, whether it's going to make me love it even more, or whether his writing style is going to make me want to throw it in the traffic and never look at it again. So, opinions needed, please. Book number 5 is, I feel like recently I've pulled a book and said the exact same thing, but this is one that Emma from Drinking by My Shelf loved and Leanne from Literary Diversions hates. And both of them, I generally trust their reviews, so I don't know what to do when there's a book that they're so polarised on other than to read it myself and decide. And that is A Simple Favour by Darcy Bell. Again, this is now a movie. As you can see, this was £1 from the British Heart Foundation, I think that is. So yeah, that's why I want to read it, but there's just something that puts me off picking it up. Book number 6 is a strange one, and it's also a bit of a chunk, and at nearly 500 pages, I don't know whether it's worth my time, and that is The Slap by Christoph Silakis. I can't say that name. And I first saw about this when I think it was made into an ITV adaptation. And basically, I think it's one of these novels where somebody slaps someone else's child, and it's about all the politics and things behind that. And when I said I don't like novels about children, I do quite like novels that have got a bit of a mystery to them, and like how other parents react and things. I really enjoyed Big Little Lies, and I don't know whether this has got that sort of mystery to it. I mean, it was a winner of a Commonwealth Writers' Prize, so who knows. 6 down, 6 to go. Oh, I've got 5% battery, so I better do this quick. The next one is the Morgansville Vampire series, book 1, Glass Houses. And this, not just will this book self-destruct, the whole series will self-destruct. I like picking up series because when I get into a series, I really like to binge read it. And I found like 14 of these books for like 30p each, so pick them all up. But yeah, haven't read it, and it's vampires. I never really got into Twilight, so I don't know. The next one isn't so much the book itself, it's the author. And again, this will determine whether the author's collection that I've got self-destructs. And that is Lucy Diamond's On a Beautiful Day. Lucy Diamond books have these gorgeous covers, and I'm a sucker for a gorgeous cover. And so I have about 5 Lucy Diamond books, having never read one. So I want to read one and decide how I feel about her as an author. While we're doing series that are going to self-destruct, I've got 2 more for you. I've got Peter James' Dead Simple. Now this is a police procedural novel, I think, which I've enjoyed the kind of police views in the Claire Mackintosh books. And at Christmas time, I read The Christmas Killer and really enjoyed that aspect of that. I was drawn into these books because they have beautiful coloured spines, but haven't read one. So if I don't read this, the whole series will self-destruct. The next one has been a little bit of a sore spot for me, I think. I collected the Donna Douglas series, which is historical fiction, which historically I haven't really enjoyed. But the past few months, I've read a couple of historical / speculative fictions and really enjoyed them. And although this is in the 1930s and some of the later books are during the war, it's about nursing. And I'm bloody obsessed with nursing. I think I've been putting this off because I had bought them when I was a nursing student, and when I had to give that up, I was so sad, didn't want to have anything to do with anything about nursing. But maybe now is the time to get into this series. The penultimate book on my list is Vox by Christina Dalcher. I bought this for £1 in the British Red Cross. If you're wondering how I know about this, most of them have still got stickers on the back. I'm not just remembering exactly where I got every book from. I've heard really mixed things about this. I really like the premise, but I think that the reason that a lot of people don't like it is because it's quite anti-religion in places. I'm not religious, so that wouldn't put me off, and yeah, so I want to give that a read. And then the last one is a book that I hunted down for after seeing it in London. Now, I haven't been in London for about at least 2.5 years, so it must have been pre that. And I'm travelling alone, and it says, that's when he saw her hanging from the tree, a satchel on her back and a tag around her neck that said, I'm travelling alone. And that was on one of these big posters on the tube, and I was like, I've got to read that. So I hunted it down for ages, and I finally got it in my animal charity shop, which is now closed down, for 10p, and still haven't picked it up. So I think giving it a year is enough time to decide whether I'm ever going to read it or not. So there you have it. There are 12 books that will self-destruct in a year's time if I haven't read them. Like I say, please do let me know if you loved or hated any of these books, and help me decide if I should just put any straight in the bin. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe below. I love reading all your comments, and I'll always try and reply. So until next time, look after yourselves. Bye.